Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to this show called Business Opportunity Over Chai. As you are aware, this show is run by the management team of Franchise India, and we are here to launch a new brand every day for you. Today, we are here to launch India's leading car detailing company called the CarzSpa. We have in the panel Mr. Ankur Samasar, the managing director of the company. We have Deepam Samasar, he is the vice president sales and strategy, CarzSpa company. We have our chairman Gaurav Maria sir on the panel. We have Sonia ma'am, the managing director of Franchise India company. Welcome all the panelists on the show. Dear participants, if you have any question in the webinar, you can put them in the Q&A box and all your queries will be answered right after the webinar. Now I would request Sonia ma'am to take the lead. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Arunima. Friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. Sorry, I think there was a problem with the audio. You could not hear that. We take this opportunity of introducing a great franchise business for all our partners who have joined in today. And I would say we're also honored and privileged at the same time because we started rather working with CarzSpa right from their initial days of starting a business. And we are happy to have Ankur Samaji, who's the founder of the company, and also the second generation, Deepamji, who's his son, who's now leading the next scale-up story for CarzSpa. They have been running about 90 odd studios across the country and also some in locations outside India. And they're also pioneers in car detailing. There was a time when they started 16 years back. This term was not even introduced in the industry. So they are the veterans in the industry. And they, in fact, success stories started or arose from adversity, and they began in 2006 when there were floods in Surat, and the city was affected with the floods, and several cars were submerged under the water, and their interiors were completely damaged. And that was the idea at that point in time when Ankurji thought there could be an opportunity in the adversity. And that was the first time their first outlet was launched. And today, as we speak, they operate outside across India, and they're looking at a very deep penetration in certain markets. And I'll request all of you friends, any questions you have on the opportunity or the business model, you can use our Q&A box. We will be happy to take all these questions live as we conclude the webinar. There's a presentation that we want to take you through, which will talk about the business at large, the opportunity that we bring to you. And also, I'll request Ankurji, before we actually start, we would like to hear from you. And I'll request Mr. Maria to also welcome all our friends and our panel members.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia. And welcome, friends, and welcome to a very, very special webinar. And as Sonia said, we are very delighted at Franchise India. Very few opportunities we go out and all endorse completely, because we feel that this is one of those opportunities which Franchise India completely endorses, because we feel that it has one, proof of concept which has been running for many, many years. Second, they are a leadership team in this space. As Sonia said, car detailing, they're the one who pioneered even before even multinationals can understand what is this whole industry and opportunity. And third, they have actually penetrated to about 90 studios when across India, which tells that they have also checked all markets across India, and they have been proven successful. I personally believe that the business model, which has a couple of very unique components, then only it becomes a success story. One, if you really see the car detailing business and go into depth of that, it's a high margin business. It's a high margin business, and it has still very low penetration in the Indian market. I mean, if you look at markets like Thailand or Malaysia or places like that, you will still see per capita penetration of car detailing centers are much, much higher. So as we are going up the journey of premium cars and people are becoming more and more particular about it, so the whole industry is going to see a hockey stick growth. Because now if you really see the whole dynamics of the cars are changed, right? So we have more mid to premium kind of cars which are coming in. And so people are more careful how they keep them, how they run those cars. So the whole industry itself, by the user group, which means that that's going to increase, and also their affordability and their frequency to use car detailing, all three are going to grow growth. And because it is a high margin business, it becomes an extremely attractive business model. So before I pass it on to Ankurji to really put this his perspective and share his thoughts about the opportunity, we have a Q&A box, friends. You ask as many questions you need to. Our panel would take up the questions. I'll also like to introduce Rahul Sharma, who's part of Franchise India. He's going to be the national lead for the whole opportunity. He has teams across India, and we have partners also in 97 cities in India. So if you are interested in an opportunity and if you apply today, in next 2 hours, somebody would reach out to you and then organize much detailed discussion with the company. We call the Discovery Day. So where you need to go and discover the whole opportunity. What is this opportunity? How you can work on that? What is your micro competition? All that answers we will take up. Let's make the webinar very, very interactive. So ask as many questions you have on the Q&A box. So let's get started. Ankurji, over to you for your remarks, and let's start getting on to how this detailing really came up with you. And obviously Sonia gave a some kind of background, but it's always great to hear from the founder himself.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Sonia. And I'm very delighted that we are getting started with Franchise India once again. And I firmly believe what Franchise India can bring to us on table, nobody else in India can bring it. And I welcome all the participants today to this webinar. Guys, car detailing may be new some years back, but now this concept has turned to an industry. So that is what the biggest achievement we or anybody all put together, our competition and everyone has done. So which started as concept, now it's industry, and this industry is gonna be very, very big for two major reasons. Number one reason is car sales. This year, India has become number 3 country in car sales all over the world. So China, US, and India, these are the number 3 countries in the world where new car sales is happening. Now, India is very unique country. We have dust, we have pollution, we have conditions which are most favorable to our conditions. If you've been to US or China, you won't find these conditions over here. I firmly believe that even for next 5, 7 years or 10 years, we may remain number 3 in car sales. But in these years, due to favorable conditions for car detailing, India is surely going to become number 1 country in car detailing industry. Yes, guys, I'm very bullish and I'm very firm on it that yes, in coming years, India is going to be the number 1 country in car detailing. There's huge potential left. We have just started. What you see around 2,000 stores in the country is iceberg. India needs around 30, 35, 40,000 stores to service the population of cars and that need of the country, which is like full pollution, dirt, bird droppings, tree sap, you name the problem, the car can get defect on it. We have ample in it. So being the most favorable country, guys, this is an opportunity. You are still very, very early in the stage. Though we are 16 years old company, I believe this has just been started and there's a long way to go, guys. I think we can first see the presentation, which we are all waiting for, and then I'm here to answer any questions you guys have. Over to you, Sonia.
Absolutely. Let's get started with the presentation. And absolutely what you said is right, because it has a very big issue in India for dust and other issues. So car detailing becomes a very, very critical part to maintain your cars. So let's get started with the presentation.
Hello everyone, I am Sonika Mehta. I am a franchise development manager at CarzSpa brand, along with my teammate Sonali Hassan. She helps me with the franchise development. All right, so let us start the presentation. I would like to give you an overview what this business is about, what do we exactly do. Then we'll also talk about that what are the things you can expect in this business if you start up as a franchisee. and what are the requirements and the investment. Right, so this opportunity is basically for the people who love cars, who want to come into an automotive sector, who may not be from the very technical background, but still want to start this business. Right, so what is car detailing? So firstly, I would like to tell you that whenever we buy a car, whether it's new or old, there are a lot of requirements that come in a car. Regarding those requirements, there are different businesses set up to fulfill those requirements. All these business comes under the automotive aftermarket segment. Some people are into workshop and repairs. Some people are into wheel alignment and balancing. Some people are into car washing. Similarly, there is one more vertical which is known as car detailing. So car detailing is basically about helping people to maintain their car. Whether it's a 10-year-old car, you can transform it to showroom new again. If it is already new, then you can do some protective measures and keep it new for upcoming 10 to 15 years. That is what the detailing is all about. All right, so fine, let me start this presentation. We are a brand. We have 90 plus studios all over India, and we have almost detailed 25 lakh plus cars all over India in all these 16 years. Like I already explained it, that what the car detailing industry, what is the market potential right now. Car sales are all-time high, but we don't have enough car detailing stores to maintain these cars. Car detailing is basically about cleaning, restoring, and protecting. These are the three major services we provide. Car cleaning includes the basic car washing, interior cleaning of the car. Car restoration is where all the transformation happens. In India, most of us don't have good parking. We have to park under the sun. The color of the car slowly starts fading away. We get a lot of scratches and other defects, environmental defects on the car. Headlights go yellow, windshields go hazy. Majority of us thinks that we need to replace all these things. But in so many cases, we can restore these defects back to the showroom newness again. So that is where all our services come into the restoration processes. Then comes the protection part. In car protection, basically, ideology goes like prevention is better than cure. Instead of having all the damages and then rectifying it, it is always good to protect it beforehand. And right now, there are two technologies available in the restoration, that is ceramic coating and paint protection films. These technologies keep on changing, but these are the current innovations that we have. We have CarzSpa has its own exclusive product line, which is only for the franchisee, and our exclusive label is Crystal Shield. Crystal Shield is the family of ceramic products, which helps to protect the various parts of the car, whether it's a metal body, whether it's a fiber, whether it's fabric. We help to protect it with all these coatings. We have different range of products. Then comes our ultra premium protection, which is paint protection films. So people who have the requirement, the customers, the car owners who have the requirement, where they want a super protection, where even if they put a scratch on a car with a key, then also it should not damage the paint of the car. Then we recommend the PPF to them. We have various variants in PPF. It starts from 80,000 rupees, goes to 2 lakh rupees per car. These are some ultra premium protections. Ceramic coating is basically the budget-friendly option. Who do not want to go for PPF, ceramic coating is a good option for them. Now coming back to our franchise program, why to go franchise with CarzSpa? There are organized sector and unorganized sector like in every businesses we have. Franchising is always a good idea because you get all our 16 years of experience, our complete program from the start, instead of doing your own hard work and developing everything which is already developed by some brand. Okay, so these are few points. Like first year is always a deciding factor. When you don't have enough guidance, there are high chances of failure. So we as a team help you out in all the strategy making, all the branding, marketing. We have a good community support, 90 plus franchisee studios we have, whether it's a small town or it's a metro city, we are present in almost all the cities. So we have a good scenario of a market, and all these insights help you out as a businessman. R&D is our one of the biggest USP. We keep on innovating, regularly. We keep on bringing new technologies to India. Like I said, that ceramic and PPF is a new technologies available, but these technologies keep on changing. Like iPhone 11, 12, 13, 14, same happens with the detailing chemicals as well. So there is no fun if you upgrade where complete market has upgraded and you're the last one to upgrade. So being innovative is where you can win the market. So as a brand, we help you out. We source very good products and technology. We do our own testing as well. So you need not to invest your time and money into R&D. And it's a proven model. Since 16 years, we have been, doing this business. Even our first franchisee, who's 16-year-old, is still with us, which is in Vadodara of Gujarat state. So it's a proven model. It works. It's not just on paper. There are few things we have made our franchisee program very logically. This is a very helpful program for all the budding entrepreneurs. We are not loading you with any very, big investments or the terms and conditions. Good thing is we have no franchisee fees. We are on no royalty basis. We don't take any share from your revenue. It's a complete one-time investment, and payback period is somewhere between 12 to 15 months. Our investment is, by the way, is around 18 lakhs plus 18% GST. And the gross turnovers, when you are in the first year of the business, when you are very new, at that time, the minimum amount, going by the conservative approach that you are not doing too many cars. So minimum gross turnover, you can expect around 5 to 6 lakh rupees. In metro cities, these figures will go a little higher. But going with the lowest possible numbers, 5 to 6 lakhs is the gross turnover you can expect. Out of that, you can expect net margins of around 40 to 50% in this business after minusing all your operational expenses. There are few more things that you can expect with this franchisee program. We train you better. If I have to, cut it down in modules, then I would say that any business has two basic broad stages. First, how to start this business. Second, how to be sustainable and how to be profitable. So our franchisee program is supporting you in both the stages. Firstly, we help you out with the machineries, we help you out with the product stock. Then comes the training. Training is done in 3 modules. 2 trainings are given to our business owner, the franchisee partners, which is given by our founder and master detailer, Mr. Ankur Sama, who you can see all the credentials he has already achieved in the detailing businesses. And the third training comes for the staff. So our team comes to your place, they install the machine, they train your staff. That is how we make you a very good detailer. And trainings are always an ongoing process. This is just an induction training. It is, just like when you read for an exam and you pass the exam, but then after real life situation, you will encounter different things. So for that, we have a technical team who help you out on that front. Even after these trainings, you are given a dedicated relationship manager who helps you out with all your business queries, whether it is technical, whether it's marketing, whether it's growth related. So we help you out. These are induction trainings given by Mr. Sama. And even after that, he still holds hand when you are new to the franchisee, and the complete team support. So yes, you also become a part of our club CarzSpa. We are 90 plus studios. We have 90 plus detailing entrepreneurs with us who are doing this business since 16 years. They have been through thick and thin. So they also guide you along with us. We do some monthly webinars where we take up all the queries. Plus, we also go with the innovation things. At every annual interval, we have a certain destination meetings where we plan ahead and do some strategic decisions. So all these are part of this our franchisee program. You become the member of our club CarzSpa, and we all grow together. We help you out with the if I come to the second stage of the business, like we help you out first to start it up, then we help you out to sustain it. The first thing is marketing assistance that we provide. So we have a dedicated brand agency. That brand agency who works for the, they also work for you. They design your marketing strategy. They design your branding strategy. They help you out. And we have an in-house technical marketing team who researches all your audience of your city and tell you that where to market, whom to market. Not everybody is your customer. So they help you out to identify who is the customer and how to convert them. Coming to the requirements to start this business, you will require around 2,000 square feet carpet area of a studio or more. It is always better to go with a bigger studio because only way to earn good in this business is by doing more number of cars, and that can be only possible when you have a spacious studio. But the minimum requirement will be around 2,000 square feet. To start this business, you will require the team of around 4 to 5 technical people who can help you out with the coatings and PPF and polishing and other detailing jobs. They all will get training from head office. Here are the things that we have listed out, that what we do and you do. We also share, you can reach us to us, we can share you a very detailed proposal and we can help you out as well with all the processes that we follow. Few testimonials are there. You can, I would, as a personally, I would recommend you to do your own research when you come to the brand. You can check out our Instagram pages. You can check out our Google ratings. You can even reach out our franchisee partners, and they will be happy to help you out that how their experience have been with CarzSpa. And just to give a light to this particular point, that from all walks of life, people have joined us. It is not a very technical in nature. It can be learned with proper guidance and training. People from you can see like former eBay seller, he has become the franchisee of CarzSpa. It's been a decade and he's thriving in his business. Similarly, there was a marketing manager from Honda who took this. Somebody from banking sector has also become this franchisee. So all it takes is love for the car, and rest we are here to help you out. And these are few things to expand with. After becoming a car detailing franchisee, what next? So there are a lot of other things you can expand or diversify your business in the same roof if you have enough space. So there's a lot of scope in present as well as in future. And if we say that is detailing industry is future-proof business, then of course it is. Even if we are going to have a driverless car or flying car, every car has a need to maintain, whether it's present or in future. So detailing is holds a great future along with present as well. All right, so I'm done with the presentation. You can ask us a question if you have. We can help you out.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thanks for the presentation. And so friends, please use the Q&A box for asking as many questions, and also share the location where you are living or you are keen to start your business.
And I request you to please take the screen off so that we can all come on the screen.
So let's start with the first question which came in, and it came from Vipin Gupta, and Ankuji, you can really answer this because he's saying that there's a lot of competition in the market. And what is the USP of CarzSpa? What is the stickiness of CarzSpa?
Yeah, fine. See, so in like any other business, every business will have a competition. So our USP is the quality provided to the customers, and we are very, very strong in our product line. We have our house brands, and our R&D is super strong. We are in 16 years, we have introduced around 20-25 new products, which has been like in forerunners and getting copied down by competition. So giving you an edge over with new products every year, that's our USP. Product line, as we have a large network, so at the price what we are able to service our clients, that is what is our USP. And trainings to the franchisee is the crucial, so that helps them to deliver utmost quality to their customer. If your customer is happy, everything falls down in place.
Absolutely, Ankurji. And friends, keep writing your questions. We'll take all your questions. So maybe to start off with, I'll also, I see some questions which have come in. Some are similar to what others are asking. So we'll try to also club some of these questions together. And friends, my request to all of you would also be, if you have a property which you own or you want to start, or the location where you want to start, it would also help us to understand if you're open for those locations, because certain cities and certain markets, we already have a deep penetration. So keep writing in. And maybe to start off with, I would say whenever there's an opportunity which is being looked by or considered by any investor, the credentials of the company, the credibility of the promoters is one of the most important criteria, or the top investor mindset when they want to invest in any company. And this, along with, is combined by a successful prototype and also how sustainable the system is, how big the demand is, and what is the value of the investment that you bring in. And if I look at all the parameters, I feel CarzSpa kind of embodies all these. And over these years, while I know how they started and how they've evolved over the last 16 years, they have also upgraded their offering. And also as a business, when it grows, it can be hard sometimes to scale up processes and scale up also resources and training. But they have been able to do it very, very successfully. And I would say they've come a long way, both in terms of their offering and also in terms of their store presence. So, Ankurji, one question which I want to take, we did talk about the overall business model, about 18 lakhs of investment, and the area requirement minimum is about 2,000 square feet. So if you want to give, the ideal size, if these 90 odd stores that we are currently operating, what is the average size? And I'm sure depending on the size of the center that we look at, proportionately, we also have our investments increase and also the revenue which starts flowing in. And if you want to give an example of, say, 2,000 square feet, typically what kind of facility would a 2,000 square feet space have? For example, in terms of number of bays. And if you want to also give some thumb rule of number of bays, typical throughput a bay does, and maybe a breakup of the investment, and then we'll take up more questions.
Sure. So when we started, we were having an average size of around 1,500, 1,800 square feet of stores. But from last 6-7 years or last 5 years, if I say, most of our stores are on average of around 3,000 square feet. Now, why we are asking for a minimum 2,000 square feet? Because one car has to be parked in the studio. That car will take around 350-400 square feet. So if you can park 3 or 4 cars, you can work on 3-4 cars, and that is gonna be limit of your monthly production, because one car takes around 6 hours to around 18 hours. So most of the cars which we come for the high-end product like PPF will be delivered next day. So your space is occupied by car. Unless you push out that car, you cannot take in one more car. So to produce more, it's like a restaurant. Everyone wants to have lunch or dinner at same time. More seats available, more you able to produce. So exactly same, more space available, more you are able to produce. And then you have some space for store, you have space for your office, you have space for your customer lounge. So that is how it boils down to around 2,000 square feet is the bare minimum if you want to run a successful detailing outlet with CarzSpa, without CarzSpa.
And how many bays? You said about 350 square feet is typically
around 4 bays. Around 4
One
bays.
can easily have about 4 bays and 2,000 square feet.
Yes.
And what, according to you, is a good throughput for a bay? If you look at 4 bays on an average, एक bay कितना throughput करता है in terms of the revenue?
Depends. There are different types of bay. One is our wash bay, one is our detailing bay, one is our ceramic bay, one is our PPF bay. So we design the bays. We have an in-house architect, location to location, shape of the size of the location. We design those things so that he is fruitful and the cars don't get disturbed when doing. If I talk about wash bay takes around 45 minutes. So it has to be designed in a way that car can come easily in and out, and they do not disturb the PPF bay, because PPF takes around 1.5 days. So once the car goes in PPF, it is going to come out on the next day only. So for different services, we have different bays. So every bay will have a different output.
Correct. Okay. And also I understand some services like wash, while they're not very expensive, but they still bring in a lot of traffic. If we have to segregate these 4 broader services, and I say, what kind of revenue contribution these 4 services give, and what kind of margins, broadly these 4 businesses would give. While some are higher in terms of intake, you may have more cars coming for washes, lesser for ceramic or PPF, but the margin and maybe the revenue, the bottom line is more stronger for these. So you want to give an example for that, for the understanding
I
of
can rank them in the top line manner. The most top line comes from the PPF. After PPF, it is ceramic coating, then detailing services, then wash. And if I talk about a bottom line, ceramic coating brings you the most bottom line, then PPF, then detailing services, then washes.
And Ankoji, just to give an understanding of typical revenue, while I think we saw in the presentation what a typical 2,000 square feet can actually give. What, according to you, should be the ideal number of vehicles in an outlet which should be serviced in a month, and how long is a gestation for somebody to reach that revenue cycle that we just saw?
Fine. So gestation is typically around 3 to 4 months. Usually we see that some people pick up fast, some people pick up late, but around 3-4 months, you are comfortable enough to make good bottom line in any detailing studio. But ROI will take a little longer, but he gets very comfortable in 3rd month, and he's not burning any money in 3rd month. And PPF and ceramic coating will give him the most of the revenues. 80% of our revenue comes from ceramic coating and PPF. 20% of revenue comes from detailing services and washes.
That's an important dynamic. And I'll also take a question, friends. I'm seeing some questions which are asked. If you also mention your city, it would really help us. So we have Mr. Nimish, who's asking on the overall project cost. Nimish, we already shared. We can even email that to you. We have a detailed working on the entire investment and the breakup of the same. The second part of this question, Ankurji, is about the typical expenses. I think what we need to understand is, if we're doing a certain revenue, on that revenue, what is your advice on maybe the rental? How much percentage of rental, or in absolute terms, how much would revenue contribute? What typically is our cost of goods? The type of resources which are needed, the training part, if you can also cover that. I think that's a question which I see from Nimish, and some others are also asking similar questions.
In a nutshell, to understand, I will just outline. There are basically 4 major operational costs to run this business. Number 1 is rent. Number 2 is marketing. Number 3 is your HR cost. Number 4 is your cost of goods. So cost of goods is variable. If car comes, you will spend that money, but other things are fixed. So that is how Mr. Gaurav Maria was saying, it's a high margin business because cost of goods is lower, but to operate a studio, other operational charges are quite high. Rent is always going to be the number 1 operational expenses.
So if we have to assign maybe a percentage, typically rent in a business like this, do you think it should not go beyond a certain, say, 20% odd? Is that what rental?
Yes, we generally suggest to keep the rent below 3 lakhs.
And on the training side, the Ankurji, typical training which is done, how many days, recruitment of staff, would you want to also maybe touch upon that? I see some questions around the training and recruitment of the staff, which has come from some of our friends on the webinar.
Fine. So induction training is divided into two parts. First is around 5-6 days at the head office, where franchisee owner comes to head office and we give them the complete overview and the basics of the induction. And the second part of induction training happens at his launch on site. When there is a launch, our team travels there. Our trainer stays back for 7-8 days over there. He keeps his manpower training and everything. And then the third part of training, that is ongoing till he is franchisee. So our relationship manager and our training manager, whenever we launch products, whenever we meet at the Goa conferences, we are always, one part is dedicated to training. So training is continuous, but induction is around 10-12 days and divided in two parts. And then till he is franchisee, training keeps on happening.
Cool. And the other question which I see is from Mr. Karan on our typical supply chain, where the entire products and goods are supplied. Is that centralized? I think that is what he's trying to understand. The requirement which is fulfilled completely by the company, or there's some vendors through which they can also procure. That's a question from Mr. Karan Francis.
So, fine. So we supply everything from pin to aeroplane, whatever is required to do detailing A to Z. That is our supply chain. Every product will be supplied by us. There are no vendors and everything. And we have couple of warehouses also in different geographies, so that some crucial products like PPF should reach on time to them, where the customer is dependent on the supply chain. So majority of products are supplied from head office. Some products are also lying at our different geographical locations, which are time-bound crucial products like PPF and coatings.
And his other question is also around the margins on PPF, typical margins we have on this service.
Typical margin on PPF ranges from 25 to 35K per car.
And Ankuji, I'll also like to understand, because I see some locations also being mentioned in the Q&A box. While we understand you are operating out of a lot of locations, which are the locations which would be high priority for us to enter? If you want to mention some of these markets and typical locations, where we can open.
Except Gujarat, everything seems to be high priority to us.
But Gujarat, do you think there are certain markets that we can still consider?
Gujarat also, we have some pockets which are still open to us, but our penetration in Gujarat is highest, and our top line and product range also from Gujarat is coming at very good pace. But yeah, Gujarat and Maharashtra West, we have covered little better than other regions, but otherwise we are open to everywhere.
Yeah, because I see one inquiry also from Gujarat, which is Mr. Nimesh from Jamnagar.
Jamnagar, we are still open. We don't have a store.
All right. Wonderful. Great. I'll also request Rahul, if you want to pick up any questions, and Ankurji, if you want to pick up any questions. I see some of these questions we have answered. Some might be repeat, which others have asked. So guys, keep writing in. If you want to mention your city, please do that. We'll quickly take it up. And also, since Rahul is heading the entire project, we have our teams across India in about 97 cities. And we'll also request if you can share a bit about yourself, your profile, because we need somebody who comes with the operational time, because you need to operate and run the business by yourself. So we would request a profile about yourself. If you own a property, we would really like to know where that property is. So Ankuji, any questions that you perhaps want to pick up from our Q&A box? I'll also go through some of the questions so that we don't miss on any. Another location which I see is coming from Bhopal, Mr. Chirag Daswani. I think his question is if he's able to, is that location open for him?
His question is his.
No, location. He's from Bhopal. So are we open for Bhopal, Ankurji?
We are open for Bhopal.
Yes. Okay. And I also see some of, partners might not have a location which is available. So one question typically comes in, and I'm seeing that coming from Mr. Vipin Gupta, is about if there's any assistance which CarzSpa can give in getting the right location, also recommended to a partner, or selecting or helping assistance of any kind in selection of a location.
Similar, to answer this question very frankly, somebody sitting outside his city may not be very, very good in searching him a location. But yes, we do have some tie-ups with some national chains of brokers, which they have. We can help them out, but if he can also source the local brokers to help him to source a location, that can work very well, and we can work in tandem.
Absolutely. And they're typical, car markets where you see properties, and these are typical locations one should consider. And Noida, absolutely, we would be open to look at. And I see Mr. Shubham, who is writing in from Gadchiroli in Maharashtra. So Shubhamji, we are also open for the location. You may send us your profile. We'll be happy to connect with you. And I also understand there might be information, there might be some business details that you need and might want to discuss one-to-one. You all have shared your details with us, and also phone number, which I see coming from some of you already mentioned. I'll request all of you that we start setting up maybe a one-to-one call with Ankurji and Deepamji between today and maybe the rest of the week. And having said that, we also have events which are coming up this weekend. We have a show which is in Bombay in Sahara on Saturday, and we also have a show in Hyatt in Chennai, where the team of CarzSpa and also Rahul would be available in these two cities. I'll request any of our friends who come from these locations, we would like to request you to come to the show so that we can have a one-to-one meeting. We'll also leave our hotline number and our email ID for you to connect with us, and so that we can fix up maybe a physical or a virtual call between starting from today. And before we close, Ankurji, I'll also request if you want to give any message to everybody who's listening live to us and attending the webinar.
Sure. So like any other businesses, we would like to draw your attention that car detailing is also segregated into different divisions, as you have different cafes, you have different types of salons. So this is like a premium business where we are into. So we are not into a very, very basic low end of a car wash business. It's a premium salon for cars. That is what I say. And many people have asked, I was just going through question answers. There's also, okay, can we open in 1,000 square feet or 1,500 square feet, or somebody can offer in half the cost for it is. It's like a restaurant or a cafe business. You can open a cafe, a QSR in 50 square feet also, and you can open cafe in 2,000 square feet also. So, but both do not make same kind of top line and bottom line. So it is not about how much it costs to open a cafe. It is all about what kind of brand it is and what kind of brand positioning it is, and what kind of money you can make by associating that brand when you open a cafe. Same stands for car detailing. You can open up in one car bay also. You can open up that can only 400 square feet. But how many cars you can do over there, and what kind of brand support you can get into that. So guys, take it this as an open mind. It is not about how much you need to invest. It is about what exactly you get after that investment. That is the biggest question. What I could suggest, and we are open. If you have any queries, you can reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to answer all your queries.
Absolutely. And just to add on, friends, because every business has a throughput, if you don't open the right format, it is very difficult for a business to give the right throughput. And most of the locations, as we understand, are above 3,000 square feet. And hence the revenues, the throughput, what these locations make is in proportion to that. If you have a smaller location, it might not be sometimes viable because you'll not be able to service as many cars as a location or maybe a format like this should ideally service. Ankurji, I'll take a question which is from somebody who's there. I don't see the name. I think Mr. Satish, yes. He's asking if there's an opportunity for somebody to also become maybe an area partner to develop certain cities or regions out of UP, including Lucknow and Gorakhpur, instead of taking a unit franchisee. Is that something that already exists? Is that something that we can discuss one-to-one?
I didn't get the question. Can you come again? Instead of taking
he's looking for instead of opening. So the question is if an opportunity for becoming an area partner, area developer exists instead of taking a unit franchisee. Do we have an opportunity where somebody can become a partner for a bigger region? For example, Satish comes from Lucknow, I believe. He's looking at taking the rights of maybe a bigger region and developing that region. Like
multi-unit franchisee or something.
Where I think he gets.
We are open to it. We are open to it, but it is not easy to comment in this chat. But yeah, we are open to it. We can explore the options. We can have one-to-one with him and understand what exactly he wants to do. And if it suits us, we can explore.
Definitely. And Karan, just to answer your question, because you're asking if the investment would be sufficient for you to set up the entire infrastructure. Yes, the investment that you've talked about includes the franchise fee component. It includes the basic interiors that is required to set up the center, and also the machinery and supplies which are required to set up the center. We can share the entire breakup of the investment we've talked. Okay, Satishi, we can talk to you one-to-one. I understand you're looking for a bigger partnership. We can speak to you offline. And one last question, Ankurji, is there an opportunity for somebody to even convert if somebody's running already a car detailing center? You think there's an opportunity for him to convert into a CarzSpa center?
To answer that, currently we don't have that model, but we can look into it with open mind. If that partner and that location and everything suits us, why not? And if there is a possibility to align hands, we are open to it.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, friends, for putting your questions. I see questions still pouring in. Be assured, we'll come back to every single partner or a prospective partner who has shown their interest. And before I close, I'll also request Rahul, if you want to share your number, your email ID, and maybe any message that you want to give to everybody out here listening.
So, hi, good afternoon. So guys, this is the best opportunity. If you want to just connect, you can directly reach to us. You can reach to franchiseindia.com, or you can directly reach to me. And my number is this one, 8279. I'm just writing again. So we are open for both the location. If someone will have their own property, so they can come with us. Otherwise, the Franchise India will also support you in the location part. And that is the reason we are present in a different part of the city. And CarzSpa is one of the best business in automobile industry because it's one of the pioneers. So that is from my side.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you so much, Ankurji, for coming in today. Thank you so much, Rikam, and thank you, Sonika, for putting this presentation for all our friends. Sonali, thank you to you. And I'll request friends, whoever is looking at a one-to-one discussion, please reach out on the hotline number, or Rahul, you can reach out directly. We'll set up a call with the management team of CarzSpa. And also, we would share with you the presentation that we gave and the financial working that we have on the model. I think that's something which mostly I see the request coming from. We'd be happy to do that offline. And before I close, I'd request Arunima to take over. Arunima.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, everyone, for sharing everything in so detail. And I'm sure the details shared by Ankur sir will be helpful for our partners to choose the brand. And now I'll share about tomorrow's detail. Let me share my screen. So tomorrow, again, we are coming up with another business opportunity from the brand called Janpro. They are globally trusted commercial cleaning brand, and they are inviting regional master franchisee. The registration links are already open. So you can register and participate tomorrow. Till then, thank you so much. And if any questions are still remaining, you can reach out to our hotline number, business hotline number. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ankurji, once again.
Thank you, ma'am.